Have them. It'll be weird today not to have as much rain around.
Yes, also I want to give a quick shout out to one of our engineers, Daniel, who saved my life the other day by giving me his umbrella.
Daniel's awesome. He's always here early in the morning. Just shout out for getting everything taken care of early in the morning for us as well.
This all wouldn't work if it wasn't for our engineer. So shout out to you also. He kept me dry with his umbrella and then he didn't have one. So what an act of kindness.
Chivalry lives.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. We've got 6 things you should know. And number 1 on our list, the smell of fresh cookies, a caring touch, and a lifetime of wisdom to share. Who doesn't love grandma? And of course, that's just one stereotype, but there are all sorts of grandmothers out there. So today, celebrate them all because it's National Gorgeous Grandmother Day.
These lovely ladies happen to be family members of some CNN staffers sharing the grandma love. Yours might ride a motorcycle, listen to heavy metal. She may have a better cell phone than you. Heck, she may not even be your actual grandmother. Some nanas are just women we know who make an effort to spend time with the younger generations. No matter who they are, what they like, or even if they are biological grandmothers, all grandmas are gorgeous. Make sure to tell the ones in your life how much you appreciate them. Grannies won't be around forever.
Oh, and of course we have to share pictures of our grandmothers. I have my mom's mom and my dad's mom, Carmen and Oralia, who are beautiful.
Look at that.
Look at her. Isn't she the
grandma.
sweetest? She is literally the best grandmother, and they both are. And they are like my biggest fans. I think that everything I do in my life, they're just always like cheering me on. So yeah. I love them so much.
That's my mom's mother, Sybil, and my dad's mother, Mary. Unfortunately, both of them are no longer with us, but they gave us a great lifetime of memories. Both hardworking ladies that came out of the Great Depression when women didn't typically get out there, get their hands dirty. They were hard workers their whole lives, so they set pretty good example for all of us kids, and I miss them, but they were both awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I know they just heard you say that, so I know they're smiling wherever they are.
I hope so.
That's sweet. We love you, grandmas. All right, guys, and moving on, it looks like a runaway cooler on wheels, and we want you to take a look at Amazon's new robot that delivers packages right to your door. It's actually called the Amazon Scout, and the company has been testing the robots out in Washington as well as California, but it's now expanding field testing to Atlanta and Franklin, Tennessee near Nashville.
You put a few drinks in there, that could be a cooler, right? The Scout goes at walking pace and detours around all sorts of objects on the sidewalk. Amazon says the fully electric delivery system will help the company meet its goal for net zero carbon efficiency by 2040. So these things are going to be delivering packages?
Is that not wild? How do you keep a person from snatching that up and taking your package?
I don't know how many of those they're going to make, but they're all going to go missing in the first 2 months.
You know, it was like those scooters that they made, and then people were taking the little machine off and stealing them. Guys,
it's adorable. How could you not take that?
It is adorable.
Just leave it alone, everyone.
But that's why we can't have nice things.
It's like a Roomba.
It's like a Roomba. All right, guys, and cabbage could be the key to fighting coronavirus. There's a new study published in the journal Biomed Central that says a raw and fermented cabbage could help people build up resistance to COVID-19.
Researchers say the antioxidants in the vegetables could explain why countries where cabbage is a key part of the national diet, such as Germany and South Korea, have lower fatality rates than some of the hard-hit countries.
And sports fanatics, listen up. Football fans will have to wear masks at NFL games this season. A communications executive for the league confirmed the mask requirement in a tweet yesterday. Now, it's still unclear how many teams will actually host fans in the upcoming season, as the NFL does not have a league-wide policy on hosting fans during this pandemic. What a bummer.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons told season ticket members they will have limited capacity of 10 to 20,000 people, but other teams like the New York Jets and the New York Giants will not be allowed to host fans because of a mandate. The NFL's regular season scheduled to kick off September 10th.
Scheduled.
It's right around the corner. It's almost August and then boom, September.
I know, and you know, I'm not a big sports fan, but I know a lot of people are, so this is going to be quite a bummer. So hopefully wear your mask, everyone, so we can get back to normal, we can have sports back, and we can just get back to life as we know it.
Great advice.
Hopefully.
Wear that mask.
Yes, please. All right, guys, and in some entertainment news, Kim Kardashian is speaking about her husband's struggles with bipolar disorder. So in an Instagram post yesterday, Kardashian asked for understanding, compassion, and privacy when it comes to Kanye West. She also said those who are close to him know his heart and understand his words sometimes do not align with his intentions.
Kardashian's message came a few hours after West took to social media with a rant about his wife and mother-in-law, Kris Jenner. West has said he's been trying to divorce Kardashian for some time and accused the family of trying to get him held involuntarily. Those tweets have since been deleted.
And also in entertainment, Alex Trebek has chosen the girl he believes could take over Jeopardy in the future. And you could say his choice is golden. The longtime game show host suggested Betty White as his successor. The 80-year-old and White, who is 98 years old, are actually longtime friends.
He's friends with everybody. Trebek says he jokingly picked White because the audience expects someone younger, but he's not planning on leaving Jeopardy anytime soon. He told Good Morning America that he will do the job as long as he is capable. Trebek has helmed the show since 1984. However, he was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer last year, but says he is doing well.
Did you know that Jeopardy is now on Netflix? I have been binge watching.
I've watched a few. They have a couple of the people that have kind of
kept up with?
Yeah, and this week Jeopardy's airing like classic episodes from way back in the 80s, and it's so interesting to watch the show, how it was in the first couple of years.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know, they did one Jeopardy, I guess it was like on a college campus. They had a couple of college students doing it, and it was really interesting. It was like, I think in the 80s.
Yeah.
Or like right when the show had just first started, early 90s, which is insane to see.
What a long running and just great show.
And how TV has progressed too, which is insane.
It really has.
All right, guys, so that concludes our 6 things, but we have a really awesome story for you. When Elton Hood encountered an elderly man named Dennis at a gas station in Illinois, he knew he needed some help, but little did he know that the chance encounter would take him on a 1,600-mile trek that would inspire millions of people across social media.
Yeah, Melissa Kim has the incredible story.
But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right?
When Tracy Eckhart posted this video to TikTok, she had no idea 3.8 million people would watch it in 2 days.
Honestly, what we did, we didn't do it. I mean, we did it because it's something that we would do at any point in time.
Tracy and her fiance, Elton Hood, drove with 80-year-old Dennis, a man they met at a gas station in Woodhull, Illinois. Dennis had gotten lost several times on his way to Madison to see his son for the first time in 19 years.
We all have parents. We all have grandparents. People having a parent be lost and have nobody help them, if they're older, I think that's a legitimate fear for a lot of people, right now.
But not only did they make that trip to Madison, Tracy and Elton are heading back to Arizona with Dennis, just to make sure he gets there safely and because it's the right thing to do.
There are some people out there that say, I've had a really bad day or had a really bad week or it's been a really bad year. And this is what I needed to see. This gives me hope. It gives me, it's light to the darkness and things of that sort.
And Tracy is taking us along on the journey on TikTok to remind everyone to be kind in a year when life hasn't been so great for a lot of people.
There's been so much negativity, especially in the recent months, that I think it's just that one little ray of, hope.
That got me.
Yeah,
chills all over me.
Actual goosebumps.
Yes.
What he said at the end there, though, like, take that to heart. It's been a rough year for a lot of people. Just a little bit of kindness or a lot of kindness can go a long way.
Absolutely. So pay it forward. Do something nice for someone today.
Pass it on.
Maybe pay for someone's drink behind you at Starbucks.
And if you get the free drink at Starbucks, make sure you keep passing it on. Don't end that chain.
No, don't end that chain. Keep it going. All right, guys, we are taking a quick break, but when we return, we talk self-care, and I'm introducing you to some all-natural products that are going to blow you away. Later, we'll also head to Jefferson, Texas, to a place that's taking artisan gifts to a whole another level.
We're also hanging out in the kitchen later. It involves some Cajun infusion cuisine. Don't miss out. We'll be right back.